probably a thing, to be honest. Like somewhere in the humiliation fetish zone. Somewhere.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No, because it's not. I don't like. Is it humiliating to be like, "Ooh, I love your tiny penis"? It's not humiliating.
No, that's just realistic when it comes to most of the women I've dated.
Normally, you would compliment each other in bed, but like, you know, if you say bad things in a nice manner, kind of like when you talk to a dog and you're just like, "Who's a little dumbass? Who's a little dumbass?" He's happy about it, even though you're saying bad things to him.
One of the cats we've got right now is ugly as shit. Like, he's just
right.
You look him in the face, he's so ugly. He has this like extremely long horse face, and I'm like, God, he's so ugly.
But every time I see him, little fucker.
Yeah, every time I see him, I'm like, hey, it's the little ugly guy, and he'll be like, yeah, you want to, yeah, I love you. He's so affectionate, but he's like a sin against God.
Yeah, no, like I guess it's kind of like that, but for people having sex.
He's proof that Satan walks the earth. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
if you've ever needed proof for that.
Good.
Yeah,
that's a significant amount of ugly.
He does. He walks among us every day.
I wish he'd visit me.
What would you do? Just say hello?
Oh,
just ring the door? Oh, Will.
He'd probably, give him $1,000 to enter a contest or something like that with 2,000 other people.
Maybe he'd give me a fiddle.
He'd give you a golden fiddle? Wait, was it God that gave the dude the golden fiddle?
No, it was the devil.
The devil gave the dude the golden fiddle.
Yeah,
we didn't give it to him.
He won it in a contest.
I thought that the idea was that he wanted to play against the devil and fiddle against the devil, and God gave him a golden fiddle to fiddle against the devil.
No, you see, the devil was low on his soul quota.
Okay. So he was like, play against me and win, and you get the golden fiddle?
Yeah.
Oh.
And otherwise, he'll take his soul.
Or I'll get your soul.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
if you lose
the
devil, get your
soul? Yeah. I have not
the devil
heard
went
that
down to
song.
Georgia.
I have not heard that song in an age. I thought that the idea was the devil went there and was like, nobody can beat me in fiddling. And then God was like, here, my son, have this golden fiddle and beat the devil in his own game.
The devil went to Georgia, and he was just walking around Georgia, and then he just happened to stumble upon Johnny, who was already playing the fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
And
where in Georgia was this, too? Is this like
Alabaster?
Alabaster? Okay. This is like Appalachian, Georgia?
Georgia's not part of the Appalachians.
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Absolutely is.
Appalachia, Georgia is like where all the hillbilly redneck
To be
dudes,
fair,
like,
it depends
inbred
on
dudes
where you're asking, because the northeast corner of Mississippi is technically where like Appalachia starts, and it spreads all the way up into some of the
I didn't know that.
northern states.
So we can also claim to be an Appalachian state. What?
I mean, we can claim to be an Appalachian state, but it's like a 2% thing.
This guy, he's like...
Most Mississippians are not Appalachian, is what I'm saying.
Neither is most Georgians.
Well, it's a lot more Georgia than Mississippi.
Look up right now how many Georgians are Appalachian. Editor Patrick, I want you to put in percentage how many Georgians live in Georgia who are not part of the Appalachians.
I'll do it, but only if you sing it.
Hey, Patrick, do me a favor. Look up the stats on this. How many people live in the Appalachians that are in Georgia in comparison to the rest of the state? I lost the tone of this song.
You're like the pitch is just that's good, dude. Hell yeah! Welcome to the AnythingCast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I will.
That is amazing. Please just start on that, Patrick, and just put up the stats here. Just put them up on the screen. I don't even know what you were asking. That song.
Editor
rules.
Patrick will get it from the song.
Yeah, that's that song is gonna sound like chaos. It's gonna sound like it's like in like 7 different keys. I love it.
Random note. Georgia, it's mostly in the northwest for the Appalachians.
What the fuck? We have like half of what Alabama has. We could be
Alabama
Appalachian.
has a lot of Appalachian in
We
the
could
northern
be
part.
Appalachian. Well, like we're in the Appalachians if that's the fucking part of the Appalachians. We're Appalachian.
Eric, we're Appalachian.
Yeah,
Hold
we're
on.
Appalachian now.
Does that include? What counties does that include? Hold on.
Put it on screen,
Patrick. Put it up on screen. Where is the Appalachian Mountains?
Fuck me. Actually, no. We are technically in the Appalachians.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
How's it feel to be? How's
guess
it
we're at
feel
the-
to be a hillbilly? Dumb
Good.
fuck.
It's great.
We're
love
at
it.
the bottom of the hills. We were at like the very
Oh
beginning.
no,
of
we're the poor
Appalachians.
hillbillies.
We can't even get to.
We couldn't
live
even
up
get
on
up the mountain.
God.
Nope.
Jesus Christ! Would you guys go into a coma for 6 months for $250,000?
Can they?
Yeah, I suppose. As long as I know I'm going to be healthy at the end.
Well, you're gonna. Okay, here it is. Your muscles are gonna atrophy.
Sure.
That's gonna happen. Like all the things that come with being in a coma for 6 months, it's gonna happen.
Wait,
to you.
is his wife allowed to stretch his legs and like do
Muscle massages and stuff.
like
Keep 'em
exercises?
from being like too terrible.
Yeah, we can do that. That's allowable. Because I mean, like without that, you're gonna be in shitty shape, dude. That's like implying
So
people
we're
are gonna be able to
assuming
feed you.
I'm
People-
getting like moderate care.
medical care, at home medical care. You're not in a hospital.
Okay.
Your wife or whoever has to take care of you at home.
Does she know I'm getting paid for this?
No, she doesn't know you're getting paid.
It'll
and she
be-
doesn't
it'll
know
look
how
like a
long you're gonna be in
horrific accident.
Yeah, she doesn't know you're going to be in a coma.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the deal is it has to look like a horrific accident.
I don't know. My wife's not too crazy about vegetative states. I might not make it all 6 months.
What you didn't know about his wife?
What about you, Will? 6 months vegetative state. Could you do it? 6 months coma, $250,000.
No, because I don't like sleeping normally.
What? That's the thing that turns you off to this? You don't like the sleeping aspect?
Yeah.
$250,000. You could do so much with your life,
That's 5 years worth of a decent paying job.
But I have to
and all at once
miss
in one
6
chunk.
months.
Yeah. Half a year worth of being unconscious. Wake up to 5 years worth of pay.
I don't like being asleep though.
Okay.
You wouldn't remember that part.
That's fair. It sounds like none of us would do it. Like, that's weird.
I kind of would do it, but like I'm just worried my wife would kill me. Not knowing that like I was
Patrick,
set to
put
wake
that in
back
some
up.
other context, please. Just take that and put that in any other context.
You're worried that your wife may kill you, but you're not worried like a dog may eat you if you're at your
No,
house.
I mean
They
dude,
could.
Okay, one, they're not cats. And two, they're still being fed the entire time by my wife, so there's no
Your
reason.
dogs just start eating you like one finger at a time, like one knuckle.
Yeah.
Why?
No, I don't think dogs normally do that.
Wife
All-
gets home. Dadgummit, another finger.
Eric, would you fuck a dog?
I kind of would do it, but like I'm just worried my wife would kill me.
That's how disease transition species have like some of the time.
That's the
Okay,
charm.
to
That's
be
the
fair,
exciting part. Maybe
you-
you're going to get some fucked up disease.
If you're worried about diseases, technically speaking, it's more dangerous to fuck a human
You think so?
because humans
yeah.
have more
No
diseases
way.
that are transmissible between humans.
Sure, but there's no way that you're not likely to get a disease from like a horse or something. You know, like they're
mean-
dirty. Like they don't bathe.
Not
No.
anything that you wouldn't get from someone else.
Wait, do bacterial
That's not
infections
true.
count as diseases?
You
I mean, you
that's
can
how,
get
That's
some
how
things.
interspecies disease, like that's how like cow disease spread to
Okay,
humans.
AIDS off the table.
Not
name,
like
name
sex,
two
but
more.
like they didn't, get.
Mad cow disease
That
and
was
bird
not-
flu.
Neither of which were caused by fucking
No,
the animals.
okay.
But the point is
you
that
are
you're
watching the
exchanging
wrong
fluids.
kind of news. You are not. Look, you're getting lied to by the mainstream media.
Am I?
That's what's happening
Corona.
here.
Is that
Yes.
it?
Corona.
COVID-19.
COVID.
Okay, are we just
Mickey Mouse
including
fucking a
stuff that
bat.
diseases
A
you can get
pangolin.
from eating animals?
No, Mickey
No.
Mouse fucked a pangolin. That's how COVID-19 happened. Eric.
Randy
we
Marsh
all know this.
and Mickey Mouse. Fucked
Yeah,
a
you're
pangolin.
right. They both did it in tandem. However,
And in fact, it was Randy who brought.
and a bat. Yeah, but it was Randy who brought it back.
did they fuck a bat too?
Yes.
Yes,
Did
they
they?
did. They did both.
Which one do you think was better?
I don't know.
Did
Whatever.
they say which one's better?
Well, if it was Rouge the bat, I'm gonna go with that one. I've never seen a sexy pangolin.
Patrick, put up the picture of Randy Marsh fucking Rouge the bat. That's pretty good.
Well, there you go.
I wonder if that exists. That has to exist,
Maybe.
right? Why did both of you bring food?
Because we were hungry.
What?
It's noon.
It's noon.
Like I went to church this morning.
It
and
is.
Then
Why'd you
came
go to
here.
church?
Because
What the fuck? He's religious now.
Oh, Eric, I'm so proud of you for becoming religious, by the way.
I fucking love Jesus.
Okay.
What would you?
That's not what people usually say when I say that, but all right.
What's the number one thing you'd do for Jesus?
Yeah, what's the number one thing you like about being religious now, Eric?
kill a man with a clean conscience.
Patrick, put some sound effects behind that. It's okay. Yeah, it's interesting.
Also, welcome to AnythingCast.
Yeah.
We
already did that.
We
already did that. Yeah, that's right.
I forgot.
No, we did it about I don't fucking. Oh yeah, Will singing about the Appalachian
Yeah.
Mountains.
Did we?
Yeah,
We did right
that was
after
the opening.
it. Right after it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the joy of this now for me going into the future is going to be people singing and then me getting to compose like music behind it. Now that I've learned to do that, especially with Will singing, because it's just going to fluctuate.
Will singing is beautiful. It's the most
It's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
He's like a siren.
He is. He's my muse.
Oh, I meant like he's really loud and obnoxious, and you can't stop. But like you have to stop and pay attention and be like, when's that gonna turn off?
It makes you jump off a boat.
My favorite part is like when people come over and they try to get me to shut up, but I drown them.
Yes, yeah. I was at my parents' house yesterday, and they have like this thing where
They drowned
we live. Yeah, where they like if you show up at your parents' house, they kill you by drowning in the bathtub.
Do you think
Yeah.
there's ever been a preacher who, like,
Pentecostals.
as they're like baptizing somebody, they just hold them under for like just a little bit longer than normal?
Absolutely, you know that exists.
Like they were doing Sunday youth Sunday school one day, and this one kid was just being a piece of shit.
Yeah, that one kid who never shuts up during church, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, I'll show him when he gets his fucking baptism. I'll teach him."
He's finally getting baptized. Huh?
wonder how many
in the
times-
name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Your congregation's all like looking at their watches and shit. Like
There's
he
bubbles
needs
like
Jesus
popping.
a little more than the rest of us.
Just washing the Spirit into them.
Do you think that they've ever like
Trying to
done
scrub
that
off
to
a few sins
Do you think
here.
they've ever done that to like a prisoner or something that wanted to get baptized, and they were like, "Yeah, absolutely, hold him under there for he needs to get clean."
There needs to be a character who's like a hardcore preacher prisoner person, and like in prison, like what his gang does to kill you instead is they baptize you.
Oh, that's such a good idea. I love that. That's really good. I'm writing
they're,
a story
They're literally
right now.
sending you to heaven. That's what they say. It's like looks like this motherfucker needs to get sent to heaven.
I like
First,
it.
we gotta baptize him.
I'm writing a story right now that has a character that's a priest in it, and it'd be a really good scene. It's like a priest whose life is like falling apart. It'd be a really good scene to just have him like
Murder
zone
someone?
out in the middle of a
Oh,
baptism.
even worse.
Like
Oh,
yeah, I'm
God.
talking about like your wife and children are dead in a car accident, and you're just like baptizing somebody, and all of a sudden you just start thinking about that, and you forget you're holding somebody under the water. That's a good scene.
Yeah.
That works better on camera than in a book.
Would it be better
though.
for him to be during an affirmation or if he drowns a baby?
No, definitely like
Hey,
an affirmation.
while we're on the subject,
there'd
I
be like
thought
more
of-
struggling. Yeah,
I thought of this on the way here.
babies don't struggle enough, Eric. That's what I'm saying.
Fair.
Well,
They're
not,
so easy to
They're
kill.
not strong enough to provide a good struggle. I think is the problem.
That's the quality of the show. We're Take baby jokes. I'm sorry, Will. You're trying to say something. What's going on, man?
Yes.
How shitty of a last meal did Jesus get?
Did they give him one?
How is bread and wine decent, Eric?
Yeah,
for a last
especially
meal?
considering he can make it out of thin air.
If I'm fucking a god and I'm here fucking having my last meal, I'm gonna go take an ox. I'm gonna make the first hamburgers.
Yes, lobster.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got some popcorn probably.
I
What
don't
would be your
think
last
that,
meal, dude?
Yeah,
What do you
you're
want?
god. Now,
So at a Jewish supper, you're going to serve shellfish.
Yes. Yeah.
no, I said I'd make a hamburger.
Yeah.
Okay,
I said
Patrick's going to
lobster,
serve
bro.
shellfish.
Yeah, I'm gonna serve some
And,
lobster.
and I know cow is one of the fine unclean animals. Thank you very much.
What do you guys want for your final fucking thing? They're gonna kill you tomorrow. Electric chair. What do you want to eat?
Ooh.
I think I'm going with snow crab legs and sushi.
Yeah,
okay.
I was thinking
can I have a
Japanese steak
slight
and shrimp.
amendum and like just choose a place to go?
No, you can just choose some food
I
from
want a
that
buffet though.
Okay, yeah. You want to go to a buffet?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like I want to go to Chuck E.
And
Cheese's.
specifically,
like, can I,
I-
choose
I-
like a place to
Specifically,
go?
I want to go to like a casino's buffet.
Dave and Buster's.
Oh yeah,
you want to
like
go to a Dave and
No,
Buster's?
they don't have like a good buffet.
Imagine a prisoner like one day away
Because
from
like a buffet is like
electric chair. He's
a
just
buffet
having
is
fun
like a
at
lot of
Dave and
everything,
Buster's.
right? I want to go to one of those like we have just kind of a smorgasbord of everything.
What kind of buffet? Like a casino buffet?
Yeah.
You said.
What kind of food are you expecting to be on it?
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, casino buffets like all across the globe food. They do like every
I want to.
country.
If I'm dying, I want a little sample of fucking everything.
All right, you can't do that, but you have to buy it from a restaurant, and you have to get like a meal that they sell. What do you want?
Okay.
There was that one dude that got Taco Bell. Like,
Hey.
Jesus.
Yeah, what a shitty idea.
What? Yeah, like it's gonna be cold by the time it gets to the prison, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you gotta think about that. You gotta get something that's like good cold.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
You know what? Honestly, that's your comfort food. You're gonna die.
everybody goes with like mac and cheese and steaks and stuff. That seems to be the big ones.
Yeah, that seems pretty nice though.
Do
Mac
you
and
think
cheese and
a
steak.
thin
that's
crust
comfort
Domino's
food.
is a lame pick?
No, I like it.
Oh, dude, no, like a Domino's pizza. Hell, get me 3 Domino's pizzas.
Yeah. Give me 3 meat lover thin crust Domino pizzas.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Would you gorge yourself before you died? Would you just be that dude who you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat fucking as much as I goddamn want?
Yeah.
There's no
not?
way.
You're not gonna have to deal with the results.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
You
maybe
want to
if
be
you're
bloated
lucky,
when you
maybe
when
if you're
die?
lucky, the chemicals of the pizza will interact with the chemicals of the drug, and you'll live. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be.
There is one guy I know of who went through the chemical death row thing, and he lived. And he's right now. I don't know how it worked out for him. I don't know if it's still under litigation, but like as far as I know, right now he's arguing that I did die. You know, I did the
Oh.
death row thing.
Fuck that. Plug him in the back of the head with a bullet.
So I think I deserve my freedom.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. That seems like
No.
a gross abuse of the justice system is what that seems like.
I mean, like it's true. He did go through his punishment.
So he's no longer the person he was before that deserved the death penalty?
Well, unlike you, Eric, I do believe in redemption, so he might not fucking be.
Well, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
It's true. It is the death penalty. Like he's supposed to be put
Considering
to death.
how hard
not-
it is to
but
get
he-
someone onto the death penalty and actually
I
have
think
it.
what the situation is he
done.
did medically die, but he he resuscitated
Who resuscitated his
himself.
ass? He did it himself.
Like the chemicals weren't strong enough
All
or
right.
something
So
like
see,
that.
here's what
he's
that
a
is.
badass. That's cool. That's like an anime.
No,
villain.
no. I'll tell you what's really going on here because I was researching this not
You
too
were?
long ago.
What were you just
Yes.
getting off on the idea of like, you,
Death
No,
row.
I
He was
was-
watching death row footage.
Yeah. You're like, hell
I was
yeah.
researching the history of performative death sentences. Okay?
Performative. What does that mean?
That means people are trying so very, very, very hard to make it seem like killing a man isn't killing a man.
So like
Okay.
make it graceful, basically.
Everything from the guillotine all the way over to gas chambers, electric chairs, all of these performative stunts to try and make it like, no, this one's quicker and cleaner. This one's quicker and clean. You know what? All of these things aren't quick and clean.
You don't think
That's
so?
not true. The
Okay.
guillotine is actually really
Yeah, I was gonna say
Do
the
what?
guillotine's quick and clean.
Yeah, as long as you
That's
keep the
about
blade.
the quickest
as
and cleanest.
long as you
Honestly, the
change-
guillotine was the best of the ones I
I was
just
about to say,
mentioned.
you
yes.
keep that blade clean and sharp. It's just easy.
Yeah.
That shit killed Marie Antoinette. That's
trick
that's
is
a classic clean and
People
quick
got
method.
all about it when they realized the head's still alive for like a couple seconds after the fact, which is one, debatable.
and cool
and two,
as hell.
Who cares?
That's their
Like,
fault for doing it in crowds of people.
I mean,
That too.
like, well, okay, public
Would you guys go
executions,
to a public
whatever.
execution?
I guess if I
Once.
hated them enough.
Once,
Just to see.
just
Yeah.
to see. What if
Yeah.
it was like a dude that you just were like, yeah, I'm glad that dude got fucking
I look
Dude
okay,
who is like a
I
menace.
actively like looking at war, looking at like war strategy and stuff. I still don't just sit there and watch Ukraine combat footage because I don't want to see people get blown to smithereens every fucking day.
What it was?
Yeah,
what
it's
if it
not
was?
fun.
What if it was Jeremy Kaiba? What if?
Did I not just say, did I
What if-
fucking stutter when I said once?
Yeah. How do you think that they'd kill him? You think I mean, it'd have to be like hanging.
What time period are we in, you asshole? This is so dependent.
Any modern day version. He could
Just
be in another
drugs,
country.
you lazy piece of shit.
Nah, dude.
The best
that's
way
way,
to kill a man
that's
is
way
to
less
just shoot
fun.
him in the back of the head like 2 or 3 times. Like, I swear to God, it's not.
Poor Kaiba just on his knees getting popped 3 times.
Yes.
Imagine in
Look,
like
okay,
the
it's-
color grade of Schindler's List.
Of course. Look, I know.
That's the only imagery you get when you're like, I pop them too, and it's just them kneeling on the ground, and then an officer above them going, "I striking back,
Yeah,
bang,
look,
bang,
it changes
Look.
to his POV, and he's like looking out into the fucking concentration camp, and he just sees the blue eyes white dragon in front of him. He's looking through the noose, and the blue eyes white dragon is on the other end. He's like,
Yes.
"I'm ready to go.
Yes.
I'm ready to fucking."
Like, seriously, that was basically the the conclusion I came to is
I guess
that
cowboys also did it.
every other execution method is somehow a little bit worse at best. Sometimes it's way worse, like electric chairs. Oh God, those malfunctioned constantly. Now, specifically, what made me think of this was the lethal injection isn't standardized.
No.
And the drugs...
What do you mean, like the drugs are different?
Yes.
Why not just use cyanide?
Well,
Like,
because
cyanide hurts.
The,
But yes.
Yes. The issue
It's quick, but it
that,
hurts a lot.
So a thing that a lot of anti-death penalty people like me bring up when talking about the current death penalty is that he's right. The drugs are not standardized federally. Each state picks their own concoction, and because of that, you have issues where some of the drugs aren't strong enough, and people live through it or suffer through it and then die.
And there's no standard dosage for different weight classes and shit like that.
But
You're just
Mississippi added an extra ingredient to the concoction.
Chemical X, which is a bullet. Which is a fucking bullet.
What fucks
Like,
me
I'm
up-
serious here. The trick is, like, the most humane way to kill another human being is to pop them with a bullet.
Is
It's
metal
not
at
clean.
300 miles per hour?
I
It's
mean-
not clean because there'll be fucking blood everywhere, but it is quick.
I disagree. I mean,
What do you say is the quickest way to kill someone?
nitrogen poisoning. It's
No.
it's completely painless. They literally just fall to sleep.
Yeah, there's those death can't fucking assisted
funnily
suicide
enough-
That one we
funnily
just
enough-
did recently. 'Cause that's just gas chamber all over again, is it not?
It's tiny gas chamber, little itty bitty gas
Oh
chamber
no!
for little itty
This
bitty guys.
hammer is the cause of some murders. I should never use a tool again. Is
Yeah,
that
I'm not sure where
is
you're
that
going with
is that
that.
the
What are you
argument
talking
we're
about?
using? Is just because gas chambers were used for evil doesn't mean we can never
No.
use gas chambers again?
Yes,
no,
Will,
I'm
that's
saying
what he means.
gas
He means
chambers were inefficient.
Gas chambers killed 60 million Jews. We cannot do that to any other human being ever. That's
No.
just how, and
What
we're
do you
definitely
mean? Just
not
like
telling
make
them.
them more airtight. Literally make them airtight.
What if they told the prisoner they're
I
getting a
mean-
shower, and they just for like the goof of it, just
Oh.
Like
once.
that is what it would be.
Well, that's what they
nicknamed.
did in the 40s. But
oh,
I
the
digress.
shower.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're in prison,
That
and
is
they're like,
what
"Yeah,
they
you're
would be
dying tomorrow,
nicknamed.
bro. You get in a shower."
Well, how is nitrogen poisoning not effective?
Look,
People literally just fall asleep.
well, wasn't that what you would say about the lethal injection?
But didn't we just not go over just federalize?
So you trust these exact same people
No, I'm
to have
against
the
the
right...
death penalty, Eric.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
saying-
standing against the. I'm against the state
Well,
using
no.
the death penalty.
Stop. No. I'm saying, but you're saying that nitrogen is specifically better. In theory, I guess it would be. It's not about whether or not the chemical will kill. Filling someone filled with, knockout drugs and heart-stopping drugs presumably will send them to sleep and then kill them. Like, it's the same idea. The only difference is, in your version, you're suffocating them with nitrogen, which should put them to sleep first. Emphasis on the should, but...
Eric, you understand? People have lived through being shot in the back of the head.
It's true. I mean, no method's like
Yeah,
100%.
you're acting like one method is the 100% solution, but it is also
Okay.
not.
In order to live from being shot in the back of the head, one, you need to go to a doctor.
I was thinking immediately, like,
And
what
two-
would be a 100% method? I was like, well, you could just cover them in dynamite and
You know what? Yeah, let's
imagine
do
if that was the standardized procedure. Like, just take them out in a field with a plunger, one of those like Acme
Patrick-
plungers.
Muslims have been doing it for years.
Exactly. See, they've been doing it to themselves. It obviously works.
I mean, take a sledgehammer to the back of their fucking head if you're so worried about it.
Ooh,
I don't care.
ooh, what about
just
the-
smash the head somehow.
Okay.
Destroy
Nitrogen
the brain.
gas chamber also filled with dynamite. All right, no one's.
Well, then you're just wasting
I
money.
like how Eric's like any method as long as it involves them getting a bullet to the back of the head.
You know what? I bet nobody survived the fucking burning at the stake. I bet nobody survived that shit.
You know what? Actually, you know something that is efficient and no one survived it? Crucifixions.
Ooh.
Actually, no,
That's
that's not
not
true. 2 people.
I was gonna say-
No.
That's
This is a
not
legitimate
true.
truth. 2 people in history have ever survived crucifixions, and they were immediately taken off after being put up, and like they barely survived.
Okay,
Seriously.
so it's
like that is a
definitely-
true fact. You can look it up. Only 2 people in history legitimately
Eric,
That's
existed in
suggesting
history.
that
and
every
me.
thief who wiggled his way off the cross was reported by the Roman guards who would have been whipped for
You're
having the guy fucking
Hold on a
escape.
fucking
I'm
minute.
just
Eric,
saying.
you
and
wiggling
me.
your way off the cross. And Patrick, Photoshop somebody wiggling themselves off the cross.
All right, you guys and me. Here's my plan. We lobby the Mississippi State Parliament
to bring
or
back
government to bring-
crucifixion.
Hell yeah. And they'll like it too because it's religious.
Absolutely. See, we'll just say this is how they did it in the Bible. It's classic, it's classy, and it's exactly what we need
It's
today.
efficient and no one would live through it.
You already said that it's not federally standardized how you kill people.
Okay, you got
Mississippi
two-
might as well crucify people if we're going to live up to our fucking name.
You got two people. One has a 9mm with 3 rounds in it. He pops him 3 times in the back of the head. The guy falls over, and then the other guy brings his sledgehammer down over the back of his head. It's
Okay.
messy as fuck, but nobody coming back from that.
All right, third guy
If we're gonna
comes
do
in
all
and
this,
puts them up on
why
a cross.
not just do the old man? Why not just do the old man?
That's just a morbid totem
Look,
at
if
that
you're
point.
going to
That's
do
not-
all this effect, save the bullets. Why not just do a country for old men style?
Yes,
Get
actually,
a fucking
yes,
plug
that's
gun.
the thing.
Bap.
Do that
Oh.
like 2 or 3 times. Make sure there's nothing left in the skull. Just done. That's actually much better. I always forget about that thing.
Cheaper though?
It's way cheaper.
Impaling.
That's exactly what this
cheaper.
thing is, though.
No,
It's
like
just
the
impaling
old
with
Vlad the
With
Impaler
air.
impaling.
Actually, technically they use blinks now, but it used to be air.
That's just a stick.
It's still just pneumatic. It's still just air pressure.
What about just a stick up the ass, like that big? Just Vlad the Impaler stick up the ass.
That's the.
That's I guarantee you, no one survived that shit.
Depends on what you're asking. If your
I survived
you're-
that shit.
only goal
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you about that later. You're gonna have to
you would
like.
I was
survive
left
being
gaping.
impaled
Just
through
call me
the
Saint Peter.
anus and it coming out through your neck.
I was left gaping.
Just ask me. Just
Okay,
call me
fair
Saint
enough.
Peter, bro. I'm gonna have to. We'll verify that after the show.
Well,
was
flip
on-
me over and nail my feet to the cross.
That's a new saying I'm gonna start doing. How very Mississippian.
Well, flip me over and nail me to a cross.
Nail my feet to the cross. Because remember, you got to be hung upside down.
Would you guys prefer to be crucified or boiled in a pot?
Oof.
Crucified,
Wow.
I think, still.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hard. Those both
Crucified
sound
upside
pretty
down
terrible.
or boiled in a pot?
Crucified still.
Ah.
Wait, do you think getting crucified upside down, because you're not going to suffocate from being... Because, like, the thing that kills you with crucifixion is the suffocation.
Right.
No breathing.
Can't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
Can't
Don't.
give a fuck.
Yeah. Okay. What were you saying, Eric?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Good. Okay.
But
how
I would
about
just
this?
cut my arms, bleeding.
What about this? Impaled Vlad the Impaler style or boiled in a pot?
Why do you really want one of us to say boiled in a pot?
Because I want to eat you. It'd be tasty. Obviously.
Well, if you got us on a stick, just lean the stick over a fire and start twisting it. You can have rotisserie, Eric. Yeah, like a spit roast me.
All right, you're in the jungle.
Yes.
Rotisserie, Eric.
You've been there for 20 days. You found water, but you have had nothing to eat.
Okay.
You stumble upon a tribe. They take you in.
Okay.
You see that they have, in fact, roasted someone you were with but got separated from. Would you eat them?
Who is it? Do
Uh,
I like? Do I like them?
It's not me, it's Will.
Okay, then yes. Absolutely. All right, I think every one of us is saying yes. You're like starving to death, so like you have no option. You're gonna eat the person, right?
Okay, second option.
What part of the body? They let you choose. What do you want to eat?
The dick.
I'm going to say thigh, I guess.
I'd say the ass. I hear the ass is pretty good.
I hear the cheeks are really good.
The cheeks. Okay.
Like the top
you would
cheeks,
eat
not
ass.
the bottom
You
cheeks.
look like an ass eater.
There was that one guy. Did you guys hear about that?
Surprise, surprise. Patrick wants to eat ass.
Did you hear about
Surprised
that
you didn't say
Japanese guy that cut
penis.
off his balls and dick and then fed it to like a group of like 20 people?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Would you have done that?
No.
The ticket was only like $75.
Yeah.
Did you hear of that YouTuber who boiled his balls?
You mean
The Amazing Atheist?
Patrick, put up the footage of the Amazing Atheist.
We already showed this, didn't we?
Patrick, put up the footage of the Amazing Atheist pouring boiling oil on his dick.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Don't.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Censor
Do
it.
it.
Yeah. So that's a 66.6 repeating percent vote, sir. I forgot my gun today. I feel naked. How am I supposed to podcast
The
without a
naked
fucking
gun, dude? Very. This show sucks.
Rest in peace, Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
I've been
Fly
playing-
high, King.
I've been playing this new game
Yeah.
called Hellish Court. It is a realistic fencing game. Has pretty good physics and stuff.
Yes.
Patrick, put up some footage.
I'm obsessed with it. I've gotten 10 wins on every character, which is an achievement. The only achievement I have left to get now is beating the hardest boss on the hardest difficulty.
Oh.
And winning like 5,000 times.
Does it work like a fighting game where like you just
Yeah. You got combos.
I think I've seen
and
that,
stuff
but
like that.
you get hit and like you're basically dead.
Pretty much.
Like I think I've seen footage of this game before. It's like really realistic fencing, and you've
It's like
got like
realistic Nidhogg.
yeah, you've
Yes.
got like several different people with several different weapons.
Mostly sabers.
Yeah, sabers
But you have like
and
2
foils.
fencers and an ox guy, an axe guy.
There's a guy with an axe?
Yeah.
What kind of axe?
It's like a
hand
war axe. It's a war axe.
War axe? Okay, that rules.
Like
Can he just,
two-handed
like,
or one-handed?
It's two-handed.
Okay.
That kind of rules.
What's cool about him is like you'll get close to somebody, he'll like fucking just punch him with the bottom of the axe and then like take a step back and just swing the head into him.
That rules.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Fighting someone with a big bladed weapon is scary as shit and generally only lasts like a minute.
The fencers
at
are
most.
the fencers are fun because like they just basically like as soon as you hit a certain point, they can just turn you off.
Yeah.
I've been watching the Pokemon anime. I'm
Yeah, I saw that when I came in. What the fuck's that all
I'm
about?
20-something. Kira doesn't know anything about Pokemon. Like, she doesn't know-
Really?
yeah, like she was a Digimon kid and she didn't have
I
internet.
showed her the Pokemon anime and thought this was a good
I tried to
thing.
get her to play the games and she won't do it. She'd rather watch the anime.
That
I know, right? I was like, okay, fine. Maybe watching the anime will make you play the games.
I mean, it kind of made me want to
It
as
is
a
what
kid.
it's for.
Yeah, that is it's 100% what it's for. That I did not realize that much. How well, I haven't watched it since I was a child, but rewatching, I'm like, this is just like a tutorial show. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
It starts off that way, and then much like Yu-Gi-Oh, they stop following their own fucking rules after a while.
Yeah, they just don't care.
15 or so episodes in, I remember there's a whole thing where they actually bring up like what level Pikachu is and stuff like that. It's like,
Yes,
oh, he should
they
be
do.
up to level blah blah blah. Like
Yes.
they
They
come
say-
across some school or something with some
They talk
snotty
about
girl
that
in
in
it.
like it's like the 6th episode or something.
Okay, so I knew it was really close to the beginning.
It's
but
very weird. It's
Yeah.
very weird.
And
the
like-
Raichu episode where they're like, yeah, Pikachu learns agility if you level it up and it doesn't evolve.
they had these like little hints and tricks like that about not leveling up something too early or not evolving it or making sure you grind and stuff like that. And then they just threw all that shit out the window later on.
Yeah,
and
they
just
don't
stopped
they
caring.
don't fucking care.
Probably just became too difficult to write into the shows and like make it seem natural. Because I know, like for example, that reminds me of like Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane wanted every episode to like title to have something to do with death.
Oh yeah, the first season. Every episode was supposed to have something to do with death.
And just got bored after a while.
Yeah, he just didn't do it after the first season.
Yep.
Even though Death as a character doesn't even show up in the first season.
He does.
I
Does
thought he
he?
shows up
Yeah.
in the first season.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
I-
played by like Norm Macdonald's or something like
Yes,
that.
he is. I learned that the guy who voices James and is the same guy who voices both Brock and Kaiba. Those are wildly different
Huh.
voices. It's the same guy. It's
All
like
right,
I guess
James
that
Elliott.
makes
Editor
sense.
Patrick, I want you to do that thing where like Brock's in the left corner. James is in the middle.
Yeah.
And Kaiba's on the right, and
Okay.
then have them all say something all in sync.
At the same time?
Yeah.
You don't want them to go one at a time? Wouldn't
No.
it be like...
Because you want to compare them.
Yeah, you want to compare them? Wouldn't it...
As the president of a major corporation, I have to do that every day.
Would you guys live in a commie block apartment?
Are you asking me?
What
that?
exactly does that entail?
It's like, concrete cinder block apartment with like no...
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like the stereotypical man on the internet, like a single folding chair and a TV on
Oh
a set
my
of
God,
like
tell
cinder
me about
blocks with a PlayStation connected to it is enough for me to live okay life. Like I'm fine
Tell
with
me
that.
about it, dude. Same.
Like no decorations in the living room.
There
just
was a
like-
dude, there was a monk living with my parents for the last couple of months. He moved out recently, and they were like, yeah, he's moving into his own apartment. He got a job, whatever. And then they were like, he doesn't have any furniture or whatever. I was like, yeah, he's a 42-year-old man. All he needs is one lawn chair, a mattress on the ground, and a TV sitting in the corner.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he needs.
Especially if he's going to be a monk.
Yeah, he's ascetic, so he doesn't need shit. He doesn't need anything.
If he's got a Bible in his house, he's got everything he needs, basically.
My dad gave him $1,000, and my mother is upset about that and is convinced that he was taking advantage of my father financially. And I was like, I don't know. Knowing my dad, my dad gave him $1,000 over the course of like 6 months.
Oh, really?
And, and I was like, that's
nothing.
That's nothing. That's like $200, you know, like for like some money for gas or whatever.
It costs more than $1,000 to keep a human alive for 6 months.
I know. Like it was
like,
not.
That's
it wasn't really that much.
unreasonable.
But it pissed my mom off. She was like, "Yeah, you know, your father had a stroke and he's not thinking right, and I think he was taking advantage of your dad." And I was like, "Look, maybe. I have no idea."
I mean, it's possible, but also that makes perfect sense the other way around too, because your dad's like what, like the equivalent of a deacon in y'all's church or whatever.
He's like a
preacher,
basically.
Yeah, he's a ranking member of the church.
Yes.
And he's always been very spiritual. He likes that kind of shit. And the idea that he'd float a monk for 6 months just doesn't fall outside of his character.
What are you doing? Why are you pointing the microphone at Eric so that
he's
your
trying
microphone
to get
picks
like
up Eric
all of the audio, I
and
guess.
pisses me off in post? Is that what you're doing? You're just trying to like, I'm listening back to this in headphones. I'm like, why does it all of a sudden sound like Will's and Eric are the same guy? What's happening?
And of
You know,
course,
all that's just getting cut out. There's nothing. All the sound of you doing this, that's getting cut out too. That's not staying there. It's not a good enough bit. It's not a bit at all, Will. That's just
This is the learn how not to make a podcast.
That's terrorism. It's audio terrorism.
We explain on this podcast what kind of topics not to bring up.
Sorry,
This is a great podcast for how to not make. If you want to like learn how to not make a podcast and make it an absolute dumpster fire and a failure, this is the best place to start.
Sorry, we were just talking about a fucking bunk or some shit. It was really boring. I'm glad we're back.
Yeah.
Jesus, the communist hates religion. You heard it
big
here first.
Surprise. My dad once gave like some dude with a sob story like $10,000 at an airport one time.
Jesus.
So I mean,
and that was
my dad's
pre-stroke, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was
very
again,
charitable.
he was like 34 or something.
That strikes me as like what I've heard from your dad.
Yeah.
You know, like he just kind of does shit like that, doesn't he?
He does sometimes. Yeah.
Like,
my mom don't like it though. She grew up poor. She don't like being poor.
I can understand that. I grew up like upper middle class and then like lost our support system, so went down to like
Poor.
upper lower class. So like, you know,
me too, bro.
Not
like,
me. I've been working
enough
class
money most of
literally
the
since
time.
birth.
Hell yeah, dude. You're the real fucking OG. What does your dad do for a living? What did he do?
Right now, he's a maintenance guy. Right now,
He's a maintenance
what
dude?
did he do?
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. Like he built roofs for sheds. He built sheds. He sold paint at one time.
Is
He
maintenance
worked-
like janitor? Is that like code for janitor?
Nah, maintenance is like he like works in a factory and like fixes the lights, fixes the machines.
Oh, dude, that actually doesn't seem like that bad of a job though. As far as factory work goes, just fixing stuff.
But like, he's been in construction. He's been an electrical guy. He did cable for a while. Like
He did cable.
yeah,
Like he ran cable.
yeah.
Okay.
Like he put
like for
people's like
Comcast and
internet.
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for a while too. Running cable fucking blows. Your dad has my sympathy on that shit. Running cable sucks as a job. It's basically spending 8 hours in hot attics and crawling through insulation.
And then going underneath like bug infested houses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks.
Not a
Yeah,
fan.
he's done a lot of stuff.
What'd your mom do
She has been a
after being a prostitute?
right.
Right.
She was a
And before being
data
prostitute.
entry
Yeah.
person for like this chicken company for a while.
It was run by chickens?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tickets can't type. They need a data entry.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Was there
Yeah.
an issue?
Okay.
They can be in the Olympics
all
now.
I'm saying is they're dirty. They're dirty. You ever heard of cockfights? All right. Chickens
Oh,
are
wow.
they're bad for society.
This man
They're-
over here, he's like, ooh, Mandingo.
There was that one guy who got killed by a
despite
chicken.
there only ever being 15% of cockfights. It is not a majority of chickens.
I mean, the real problem here is chickens make up 3% of the population and 90% of the crime. If you look at the statistics, that's just true.
Like a lot of that circumstantial.
And
you know,
I-
I'm not even,
like-
I'm not even
and I
saying the
would ju-
black chickens, just the regular chickens. Don't even get me started on the black chickens. Fine.
Wait, Patrick,
Let's move on to something
all
else.
chicken lives matter, Patrick.
Wait. Is this a metaphor for racism?
What? No, we're talking about chickens.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about the Polish chickens.
Yes.
Jesus. Oh, fuck. Oh, Polish chickens.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
hold
know-
up. I'm with Patrick.
See? Absolutely.
Fuck the Polish chickens.
Absolutely.
Oh, ew. I mean, you know.
I'm a big fan of the froghorn, leghorn chickens.
Let's just
myself.
remember what country Auschwitz was in.
Let's just move on. Let's move on.
I'm just saying.
Let's move on.
If any of you are actually chicken,
He just blamed the Poles for Auschwitz. Do you think there's any
Specifically
guy out
Polish
there?
chickens.
Yeah.
Specifically
fuck
Polish
that.
chickens for
fuck
Auschwitz.
Fuck the chicken bit. Just some guy out there who is so tinfoil hat. That he's like, let's not forget what country Auschwitz was in. He just blames the Poles.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it was them. It wasn't
not
actually
that
the
country
Nazis.
was famously the first one taken over by the Nazis or anything.
Yeah, they were obviously in collusion with one another.
the first country taken over by the Nazis
Yeah.
was Germany.
Oh, God damn!
World stops!
Look at this guy getting his intelligence straight from Russia's 1940 papers over
Have
here.
you guys been keeping up with the Olympics at all?
That,
The Olympics?
That's
Yeah.
just being schmarmy intelligence. Like, Germany was democratic, and then the Nazis took it over.
Yeah.
The first country they took. That's nothing to do with communism.
People get mad about like
I
silly-
mean, they
you
do call it
silly
the
goose.
National Socialist Party.
But
or
it would
whatever.
it
I'm
would
just
be
saying.
it would be the libertarian guy who looks over at everything and sees the communist menace at every corner.
Do you,
Well, you are in the corner of the room right now. I mean,
did you guys see the they had that Nazi party or whatever at Times Square? That one, not Times Square, the Magnolia Gardens or whatever in New York, and then there was like 75,000 people that showed up to it, and everybody's like, oh, before World War II started, the Nazis had like their own foothold in America, and there were like rallies and
They
stuff.
never left.
Yeah, well, that's true. First off,
they all moved
one.
over here.
Yeah.
After they figured out Brazil wasn't working.
Second,
No, they never left. The Nazi. Well, they weren't always called Nazis. I'll give you that. But like, they got their ideas from us.
The fair part here is that a
Specifically
Democrat,
Gerald Ford and Walt Disney.
Yeah,
but,
fucking
no,
especially
yeah.
Ford.
the real fact here is that like a democracy implies that everybody gets a say, even the fascists, and that's kind of where we found ourselves if we decide we want to have a democracy. But people were like, oh, 75,000 people showed up to this Nazi rally. Let's not forget that this happened. And I was like, it was in the middle of fucking New York. How many people do you think just showed up because they were like, what's going on? A thing to go to. I mean, it was 1939. People, like, what else would you, if you lived in 1939 New York, would you not go to like anything?
Yeah, there's not much going on.
Yeah, like, what are you going to do? Sit at the house and listen to the radio?
I'm guessing at least like 50,000 of those people were just spectators who were
Yeah,
just like,
absolutely.
are there really going to be Nazis here?
Yeah.
Like they just
were
showed up
yeah,
like they weren't
1939,
Nazis.
I don't even know if they know what a Nazi is.
Oh yeah, they did. They had their own rallies and shit. I mean, that was probably where they found out what they were, though. To be fair,
A lot of people probably found out that day.
most people in America were like, "What's this thing?"
See a bunch of New York Jews. What's this all
What was
about?
it? Ah!
Hey, shalom!
Hey, are we having a carnival?
They come in, they like immediately just step do like a semicircle and walk out the other door. Hi, shalom! Oh God! Oh yeah, have you guys been keeping up with the Olympics?
My
I've been
wife
keeping up
has.
with the
since-
controversies of the Olympics.
The what now?
Controversies.
The controversies?
Yeah.
What were the controversies of the Olympics?
Well, first,
Controversies.
apparently they've offended the Christians,
Yes, they have.
I heard about that.
which is really silly because I looked at it, and it doesn't even look like the Last Supper, so I don't even understand.
I know, me too. I was
Yeah.
like,
There's
like
more
anything
than
like
12
it.
people. None of them are in the poses of the Last Supper people. The only thing, legitimately, the only thing that's similar is that they're at a big table having a feast. And guess what you do at big tables? You have feasts.
We'll record podcasts.
You know, yeah, I guess.
This is a average table at best. Let's be honest, Eric.
Okay, fair enough.
Would
But while you're at
would
it,
you wanna
also
own a table that fucking big though? What would you even do with a table that big?
all those weird
Like,
costumes
it's
and
like
stuff.
people have a cafeteria, I guess. It's like
Yeah.
people don't understand what a cafeteria table is outside of a school setting.
Yeah, I
Also,
mean,
there was like a big blue guy in the middle of the table.
That Dionysus.
honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, like looking at it, I was like, yeah, the Olympics are, Greek from the pagan era of
Dude, the
Greece.
fucking
What about that
the Greek
horse?
statue shit? The Greek statues where they like painted all those people to look like statues and
Yeah.
they were moving. God, that looks so
What about
good.
the metal horse riding on the water?
The metal horse riding on
There
the
was like a
water?
mechanical
I'm out
horse
now.
fucking riding on top of water.
Like in the what was it? Like just
Where?
for
When?
show?
Yeah, it was like for
At the
show.
Olympics in
yeah,
Paris?
Yeah.
Just now?
No, not just now. It's part of the opening.
In a minute?
Oh, it's part of the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in a minute.
Yesterday?
Yes.
In my pants.
Here? Today?
No, at Friends.
Right now?
Hey, guess where they're holding the...
Located entirely in your kitchen?
No, in my pants.
Okay.
He's got
May I
a
see
stallion
it?
down there.
Yes.
A mechanical stallion.
Do you see where they're taking the surfing, the Olympic surfing?
No.
Surfing is an Olympic sport.
Dude,
Yes.
breakdancing is an Olympic sport. That's the big thing right now.
I feel like there's like a thing where they pull
Oh,
some out
God,
and
are
add some
we-
new ones in every year, don't they? Or every
I
4
don't know.
years.
It
There's a
changes
difference
with the
between-
season.
Well, obviously, Winter Olympics and Summer Olympics are different, but I'm saying, like, next Summer Olympics,
I'm glad
there's
you
going to be
didn't-
different, like, things, right?
I'm glad you didn't go down the route of, is this really a sport?
I learned recently that there's a difference between the
I mean,
Olympic
if you can
Games.
be good at it and be judged for it, then yeah, I guess.
The Olympic Games and
I
the
agree.
Olympic sports are two different things. I learned that yesterday. So, like, there's
Really?
a ton of stuff that's the Olympic Games. That's fucking whatever. Olympic sports are entirely different things. Like, breakdancing is apparently an Olympic sport. Like, the Olympic Games is like soccer or something. I don't know. Or maybe like javelin throwing or something.
I think maybe one refers to the type of games that were part of the Olympics originally, and then
Maybe.
the other one just refers to games that are allowed to be played in the Olympics. Yes.
Dude, some Australian bitch went and did breakdancing for Australia, and she just sucked it hard. And it, like, people are just... I feel terrible for her. Like, it's...
The big thing is the shooting competition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the shooting.
Yeah.
And that one lady who got the first all zero thing in diving.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
that sucks.
Imagine, dude. Imagine you get all the way to the Olympics for diving
What'd she get zeros for?
because it was the shittiest dive in the world.
God, I kind of
It
wish
was-
Oh,
we could
man.
put that on the screen.
She's
Yeah.
gonna like commit suicide.
I
after
know.
this.
She gets out of the fucking pool and you can like see it on her face. She's like, that was the worst dive I've ever had in my life.
I want to know what the worst dive looks like now. Like, what could she
Yeah, I'm
have
actually
done?
super curious.
If they
like,
give that, if you went to the Olympics for diving and you
Did
got
she just do a cannonball? That's the only way.
yeah, like I don't know a lot about Olympic diving other than you're supposed to be graceful and create as little of a splash as possible when you hit.
It must have been a huge splash. Then.
she fucked
Like-
up real bad, like,
She like belly
halfway.
flop, like
Yeah,
flailing her
basically,
arms
yeah.
out,
Oh,
basically
yeah.
like
She
panicked
basically-
halfway in the air.
Yeah, she panicked halfway through the air and then landed immediately on her stomach with her arms and
Oh,
legs spread out.
I'm surprised she didn't need help getting out of the water.
Now she was fine, but I think because she's probably an Olympic diver, she's probably done that a few times and knows how to react to it appropriately. But when she got
Oh.
out, dude, you could see it on her face. She knows, like, immediately. And then, like, they filmed her, you know how they do at the Olympics, they, like, film you as you walk away.
Yeah.
And, like, her coach comes up to her, is like, it's, you know, it's okay. And she's like, she looks like she's gonna die. She's gonna kill herself.
Yeah.
And then the score comes up, and she looks at the score, and then just looks at the floor. It's just all zeros.
Oh, that hurts.
Fuck! It's so,
No one even
imagine.
gave her a 1 out of feeling sorry for her.
Would you not just let them do it again?
no.
No, you can't do that. I mean,
But I probably would give them a pity one.
If something's so
Yeah.
bad that you get a 0, though, that's the first time in history anyone at the diving at the
No,
Olympics
you'd have
has
to
gotten
pretty
a
much
0.
die, I guess, to get a 0.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you just died? What if you died? What if you were dying?
I'd probably
Surely
give you a
people
0
have-
for fucking up so bad that you died.
people have died winning sports competitions before, I know, because I remember there's a famous instance of like a
but I
horse
can't
jockey who
imagine-
died as his horse like passed the thing, and they
can't-
were just like, "You won," and they fell off dead, and he was like, "Oh."
Imagine dying and winning the diving competition. Like, you dive, and like the only like you break your neck like hitting the water, but the only thing that happens is just a single bloop.
Yeah, it's such a perfect dive. Otherwise, you're on the diving
You were
board.
so
you have a heart
perfectly
attack.
relaxed.
Yeah.
you like tumble and then ironically just happen to hit like perfect on the water.
The judges give you all 10s.
Yep.
You just
Perfect
just come
score.
up to the water face down, just floating. The camera's just
Like, yeah, he was
on
dead
the
on
person.
impact. Like he
all
died
right.
instantly.
I don't
Like-
know. I don't know if I would you prefer that or would you prefer getting 0s at diving? Would you
Ugh,
prefer?
honestly, I mean, if I got 0s, I'd want to kill myself.
Oh,
so
that's
I
a
mean,
good what if. Okay, you can either get all 0s in any Olympic sport, but you live,
Yes.
and it's whatever your favorite one is. It's whatever you
Oh.
would want to be the most dominant. Or
Damn it.
you could be the best that has ever played and will ever be at the sport. You'll set the permanent record.
Yeah, your Phelps or whatever.
Yeah, you will set the permanent record for the sport, but you will die doing it.
Oh God. Like, Okay, is the way you die specific to the sport? Like, if I do archery, do I just get shot with like somebody else's bow?
It has something to do with the sport for sure. Yeah,
it's like discus
absolutely.
throwing, and you like throw the disc, and
Cut your head off. It perfectly comes by your throat and slices it.
You throw the discus. Some guy next to you fucks up so bad that he throws it sideways and just goes right across your jugular.
In fairness, yes, because that's how every good hero story ends: is they die like it's some tragic
$1 million
way.
baby.
Yeah.
That guy, the guy that threw the discus and kills you gets zeros.
Yeah, like American Sniper, he died fucking trying to help another soldier.
And that's an Olympic sport.
Yeah,
that's my favorite Olympic sport. Is the combat zone, United States combat zone.
So I either die.
Scoring.
I either die Usain Bolt or I live Eric Cartman.
Yeah, basically.
Oof. That's rough.
I'm taking the zeros, dude. I could live with the shame. I could honestly live with the shame. I'd be like, well, there is a little bit of happiness in the fact I even got to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, I can always make my life better after the fact. If I'm alive.
Are we assuming I care? Okay, hold on. Are we assuming that it's me as I currently exist today, or am I the guy who tried and trained and this diving girl?
Yeah.
Am I in her position?
Well, I think
because I might actually kill myself.
I think what we're revealing here is why you're not at the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
If I have to imagine anyone at the Olympics would 100% pick that I would die.
Absolutely,
100%. The permanent record.
100%. And if I was that person, I know I would too. I'd be like, I spent my life, I dedicated my life to this anyways. I might as well dedicate my death to it. It's
not the worst way to die.
If I die diving, do I crack my head on the pavement, or do I hit my neck on the diving board or something? What's the mechanics of dying by diving?
I still like
the
heart attack at the top, and then you tumble in such a way that just happens to be a perfect dive.
Yeah, or the moment you hit the water, your neck just snaps, but it's just somehow it's the perfect angle of just.
If it's a lot of the joy for me and taking the tens is going to come out of how comedic my death can be. If it lives on
pole vaulting, you do it, but you land you impale yourself on a stack of poles.
Yeah, and you just slide down slowly.
You vault so well that you land into the storage poles and you impale yourself.
Or there's a couple guys with their poles off to the side, way too far away for it to be worried, but you fling yourself so high over it, you land on one of their poles.
The guy's just holding it as you slide down slowly. He just doesn't know what to do.
You know that competition where the guy's spinning in a circle and he's got the fucking chain ball.
Yeah, that's discus throwing.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hurling.
Yeah, hurling.
You're on the other side, talking to a reporter, and she's like, "Oh wow, you broke the record. That's amazing. What are you gonna do after this?" And you're about to say something, but at that very moment, your head is replaced with that ball.
Oh my god! Just hits you right in the temple.
No,
Looney Tunes where
the ball top down.
Oh yeah, like Looney Tunes where cannonballs just where the head was.
Yes.
Oh fuck me.
Oh Jesus.
I learned that happened to Napoleon's horse one time. He got his horse while he was riding. He got a cannonball straight to the chest.
Oh.
And he took it out at the end of the battle and then gave it to his brother to take home to his mother.
The cannonball?
Yeah.
He
took it out. Yeah, the horse. He took he took it out with his hand and oh cool, and gave it to his brother. And was like, take this to mom.
Huh. I wonder how big the cannonball was.
Notoriously get his wife to send him soiled panties.
Hell yes, dude.
I remember.
And Josephine.
Yeah.
And I would too. What of it? Every great emperor would. Every great emperor. Oh, there was one dude in the pole vaulting that did have a big meme thing happen.
Yeah, his penis was too big.
Yes, his dick was too big.
His dick hit the
big
bar.
Dick pole vaulter.
What a way to lose.
Would you be okay with being that guy?
Yes.
Would you give up? Would you take the deal and give up pole vaulting and become a porn actor for that one company that offered him a deal?
Oh my God.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Yeah, well, they only offered him $250,000 for a 60-minute live stream.
Oof.
I'd have done
60 minutes for 250K?
Jelking, basically.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, there's no way they're letting you back in the Olympics. You are a disgraced Olympian.
That's fair, but I don't like the Olympics committee anyways.
Yeah, fuck them. It's like the Emmys.
Yeah.
Like the Oscars, not the Emmys. It's like the Oscars.
I don't care for the Olympic committee. So if it's just me, myself right now, and they gave me that offer, absolutely every day.
Yeah.
You right now, though, or you as an Olympian who just got all zeros?
Look, if you could picture me as an Olympian, like imagine me as an Olympian, do you know how cocky and full of myself I would be?
I don't know if I want to, I don't know if I want to picture that. That'd get a little hot under the collar.
Patrick, shove my profile picture in an AI and have it make me an Olympian. Thanks. Or Goyaba, make me an Olympian. Thanks.
There we go.
You're not even going to pay her? You're just...
No.
Yeah, okay. That's my favorite part about this show. We ask the artist just to do things, don't even offer to pay. We're just like,
wow.
Could you please draw this thing? Like, you know what I have noticed? She hasn't gotten us any plans for the airport for the visitation of a political figure so we can make a lot of money. Goyaba, we specifically asked for that. We'll that one we didn't promise to pay you, but we will split the money that we make off of Eric shooting the president.
Which he will not do.
Which he will
not do that.
Which he will claim that he will not do in public
until he does.
And on recording.
And he definitely won't do until he gets those plans, Goyaba. 100% can't, as a matter of fact.
Just gonna go hide in Rio de Janeiro with Goyaba.
Say that again.
I said I'm just gonna go hide in Rio de Janeiro with Goyaba.
And where's that at?
Brazil.
Rio de Janeiro.
De Janeiro, yes.
De Janeiro.
We've got him.
That's how you say it.
We've got a confirmation.
Rio de Janeiro, yes.
All right, yeah, you can come in.
I believe.
All right. Eric, would you like to get the door? Eric?
I just want to go on record real quick to say that I have no affiliation with any national socialist parties in South America and anywhere.
Please answer the door, Eric.
Okay,
Eric?
Fuck me.
Yeah. All right. You're the closest to the door. It only makes sense.
This better not be that angry bear again.
It's not going to be the angry... Oh, God, it's the bear! Oh,